Hey everyone, welcome back. Crypto's been pretty wild since Trump's win.
Yeah, it has.
And these sources you guys sent in, Forbes,
Yeah.
CNBC, New York Post, Motley Fool,
Oh, yeah,
they paint quite the picture, don't they?
definitely.
So let's unpack all this. What's up with XRP Solana and this whole strategic reserve thing? What's going on?
Well, the interesting thing to me is how much the market is reacting to even just the possibility of these Trump policies.
Right.
Remember on the campaign trail, he was talking about this strategic national Bitcoin reserve.
Yeah.
And he even said Bitcoin could overtake gold.
Mm-hmm.
So now that he's in office, you can feel people kind of holding their breath.
Oh, absolutely. And Bitcoin's price, more than doubled since he won.
Yeah.
That shows you how much anticipation there is.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's where it gets interesting, that New York Post article.
Oh, yeah.
They mention a potential America First strategic reserve.
Right.
And it might not just be Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They're suggesting Solana, USDC, and XRP could be in the mix too.
Yeah, that New York Post piece is relying on unnamed sources, but it really just shows how much speculation is out there.
Well,
like everyone's wondering which cryptos will do well under Trump.
Exactly.
Forbes thinks it's unlikely.
Yeah.
But you can see it moving the market. Just look at XRP.
Yeah.
It shot up something like 500% since the election.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, part of it is probably that 2024 ruling, where the judge said XRP wasn't a security.
Oh, right, right.
In all cases, at least.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the strategic reserve idea, plus hopes for fewer regulations under Trump, that's got to be sending the price up.
Yeah, it seems like investors are thinking XRP will have an easier time under Trump.
Yeah.
Less regulation. And some analysts think XRP could even go over $10 in 2025.
Wow.
CNBC even reported that XRP is beating Bitcoin in Google searches now.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah, people are paying attention.
And speaking of attention, there's that whole thing with Circle, the USDC company,
Oh, right, right.
donating $1 million to Trump's inauguration.
Yeah.
Forbes is saying that could be them trying to get in good with the new administration.
Interesting. Makes you wonder. What?
For sure, especially after all this stuff you saw with lobbying and donations and,
Yeah.
more traditional industries.
Exactly.
It's something to watch for sure.
Oh, yeah. Especially if a company like Circle, that's so tied to a specific crypto,
Right.
gets too much influence, could really change the market.
Definitely could.
It's a good point.
So this begs the question, is this XRP surge because of its actual value?
Yeah.
Or is it all hype and politics? What do you think?
Honestly, I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Remember that Binance Square article? Banks can use Ripple's payment stuff
Yeah.
without even needing XRP itself. So yeah, the price is up,
Right.
but its long-term value, that depends on how those SEC cases go and if people actually use it for more than just, speculation.
It's funny you mentioned that disconnect because the Motley Fool article, they were talking about XRP price predictions.
Right.
And they said it was up like 7% in one day,
Wow.
hitting $270. They're attributing that to Trump
Yeah, okay.
and the whole strategic reserve thing. And it also mentioned that SEC lawsuit from 2020. So even with that 2024 ruling where the judge said XRP wasn't always a security,
Yeah.
it still seems to be impacting the price.
Yeah, it's definitely breathing new life into XRP.
Yeah.
But we got to remember the tech itself and the price of the token, two different things.
Right.
Ripple doing well doesn't mean XRP will automatically do well too.
Okay, good point. Now, Solana is also seeing a price jump,
Yeah,
but for a different reason. This one seems to be tied to these potential ETFs.
exactly. Yeah. Both CNBC and Forbes mentioned those 4 proposals for Solana ETFs. The deadlines for those are January 25th,
Right.
and the market's definitely betting on them getting approved.
Yeah, especially after BlackRock and that Bitcoin ETF last year.
Exactly. Big precedent there.
Huge.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's not get too excited just yet.
Haha. Yeah.
Those Solana ETFs could still get rejected.
Oh, for sure.
And if that happens, we could see a big sell-off.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. So yeah, the potential is exciting, but we got to be careful.
Yeah, caution is definitely key.
Absolutely. It all comes back to how volatile crypto is, right?
Yeah.
So much is driven by speculation and what people think will happen.
Right.
Whether it's the strategic reserve idea or these ETFs, people's feelings can change so quickly.
Totally a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And for our listeners who might be newer to crypto,
Yeah, good point.
it's important to really get what an ETF is and why it matters.
Right.
It's basically like a basket of stuff you can invest in this case, Solana, and you can do it through regular brokerage accounts.
Right.
So it makes it easier for people to get into crypto without having to buy and manage it all themselves.
Exactly, yeah. And getting a Solana ETF approved would be huge.
Huge.
It would mean that the regulators are starting to accept it.
Right.
And we could see more big investors coming in.
But, like we said,
Right.
we've got to wait and see what the SEC does.
So we've got XRP surging because of speculation, Solana because of these ETF hopes, and all this happening with a new administration that might be good for crypto.
Right.
What stands out to you the most?
You know, the thing that gets me is just how much is driven by hype and expectations, Not even things that have actually happened.
Yeah.
We're seeing these huge price swings based on rumors and potential policy changes.
Right.
It just shows how important it is to understand not just the technology, but also the politics and regulations that affect it.
I totally agree. And for anyone listening, the key takeaway is this. Stay informed.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Absolutely.
And don't just blindly follow the hype. This market is still young, you know?
Right.
There are going to be bumps along the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's move on to some specific predictions and analysis.
Okay.
What might the future hold for XRP and Solana? Let's dig in. It's kind of wild how much power speculation has, huh?
Yeah.
It really is.
We're seeing these huge price swings just based on,
Yeah.
rumors and what ifs. Really highlights the psychology of the market.
It does. And, it's not just crypto either.
Right.
We see this in regular markets all the time. Remember the dot-com bubble?
Oh, yeah.
Speculation and hype can drive prices way beyond what's reasonable.
Totally. It's like history repeating itself, even in finance.
Exactly.
So with all this going on, how do we make sense of it? How do we separate the real stuff from the noise?
Good question.
Yeah.
Especially with XRP and Solana, both going crazy, but for totally different reasons.
Yeah. So let's start with XRP.
Okay.
It's had this huge run-up, but what could actually keep it going?
Yeah.
Beyond just the hype.
Right. Well, a lot depends on those SEC lawsuits.
Yeah.
That 2024 ruling was big for Ripple, the judge saying XRP wasn't always a security.
Yeah.
But the SEC will probably appeal. So until there's more clarity on the regulations,
Right.
XRP's price is going to be all over the place.
Makes sense. What about that strategic reserve idea?
Well,
How seriously should we take that?
I think we got to be careful with that one.
Oh, yeah.
A government crypto reserve is an interesting idea,
Yeah.
but it's still just speculation. And even if it happened, no guarantee XRP would be included.
So investors shouldn't get too caught up in that.
Exactly. Don't let the excitement cloud your judgment.
Right.
Look at the fundamentals, the tech, the team, what it's actually used for.
Yeah.
Do your research and make smart decisions.
Solid advice. Okay, let's switch to Solana.
Okay.
Those potential ETFs, everyone's waiting with bated breath.
I know, right? Those January 25th deadlines are coming up fast.
They are. What do you think? Will they get approved?
Yeah.
What'll happen to Solana's price?
Hard to say for sure. The SEC has been hesitant about these Bitcoin ETFs for years.
Right.
So who knows if they'll go for a Solana one.
But BlackRock did get that Bitcoin ETF through last year.
Yeah, that's true. That could help Solana's chances.
Yeah. So there's a precedent now.
Exactly.
And if even one of those Solana ETFs gets approved,
Oh, it could really take off. Yeah.
we could see a lot of institutional money coming in, driving up the price.
That's exciting. But what if they get rejected?
Ooh, then we could see a big drop.
Yeah.
A lot of this rally is based on the hope of those ETFs.
Right.
If that hope disappears, people might sell off, bringing the price down.
So it's a risky situation, but potentially big rewards too.
Yeah, high risk, high reward.
Investors got to be ready for anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to manage your risk and not get swept up in the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Crypto's volatile. Prices can change so quickly.
That's why it's so important to stay informed.
Yeah.
Understand what's driving these price movements. And that's where those resources come in,
Right.
Forbes, CNBC, Motley Fool.
For sure.
They give us the insights we need to make sense of it all.
Yeah, they're super helpful for navigating this whole crazy world.
Exactly. And speaking of navigating it all,
Yeah.
one of the biggest mistakes people make is letting emotions take over.
Oh, yeah. FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Exactly. You see prices going up
Yeah.
and you just want to jump in.
But that's when you're most likely to make a bad decision.
Right. So how do we avoid that trap?
Yeah, good question.
Having a plan and sticking to it is crucial.
Okay.
Figure out how much risk you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Set realistic goals and don't invest money you can't afford to lose.
Right.
And, sometimes it's okay to just sit back and watch
Yeah.
if you're not comfortable with what's happening.
That's such good advice. It all comes back to what we were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do your own research. Don't just follow the crowd.
Absolutely.
It's your money.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable with the risks.
All right, so let's dive a little deeper into XRP and Solana.
Okay.
Let's explore their potential, the challenges they face, and what the future might hold for them in this crazy crypto world.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks here.
Okay.
XRP, it's had this amazing run, but what will actually make it last? You know, beyond all the hype.
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
I think it really depends on Ripple. Can they get more financial institutions to partner with them
Right.
and actually use the XRP ledger?
Mm-hmm.
If banks and payment companies start using it for real, you know, for cross-border payments and stuff,
Right.
that could create a lot of demand for XRP.
But hasn't Ripple been trying to do that for years?
Yeah, they have.
Have things actually changed?
Yeah.
Or are we still waiting for it to really take off?
It's been slow going, for sure,
Yeah.
but they are making progress.
Yeah.
Remember, they got all those partnerships with banks, even with the SEC after them.
That's true.
So now that the regulations might be easing up, we could see things speed up.
So it's not just about the price right now.
No.
It's about whether XRP can actually become a part of the global financial system.
Exactly. The technology has to prove itself, you know?
Right.
Sure, lower fees and faster transactions are good,
Yeah.
but that's not enough. People need to actually use it.
Right. To justify the price and for it to keep growing.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Huh.
Now, what about Solana? What excites you about it? Besides the whole ETF thing.
Well, Solana's really focused on speed and being able to scale.
Okay.
It can handle a ton of transactions per second, which means it could be used for way more than just payments.
Right.
We're seeing developers building on Solana for DeFi, NFTs, even games.
Wow. So it's not just about being faster or cheaper.
No.
It's a whole platform for building new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's really exciting. If Solana can get a bunch of developers on board and build a whole ecosystem of applications, that could really drive its value up.
So both XRP and Solana are at these turning points.
Yeah, I think so.
XRP has to prove it works in the real world, and Solana has to build out its ecosystem.
Right.
It's not just the tech that matters.
Yeah.
It's who's using it, what they're using it for, and the whole community around it.
You got it. And you know, we're still early in this whole crypto thing.
Yeah.
There will be winners and losers.
For sure.
But the projects that make it, they'll be the ones that solve real problems, create value, and have a strong community.
That's a great way to put it. So to everyone listening,
Yeah.
stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
For sure.
This crypto world is constantly changing.
Yeah, it is.
There's always something new to discover.
And remember, don't let FOMO make your decisions for you.
Right.
Invest smart, manage your risk, and enjoy the ride.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications.